It is with our deepest and most sincere honors to welcome you guys, who some might consider the greatest Kindle publisher of all time, Soorej. Go B! Woo! Oh, that bat flew in at the perfect time. That was sick. No, but all bullshit aside, I think, or we both agree, me and Rasmus, that Soorej has like the most epic rags to riches story of all time, and also the most epic Kindle publishing business I've ever seen. Yeah, that as well. So honestly, and so this video, we wanted to make this video for people that like make a bunch of excuses as to why they can't do this, why they can't do that, because honestly that's all it is, just a bunch of fucking excuses. I think Soorej is just an amazing example of like getting hit down, coming back up, trying again, and like without much to work with, still fucking building a massive Kindle publishing business. After you hear his story, you have no right to complain or make excuses. You can't do it too. So I was fucking blown away by it, and we basically just want to have him tell you guys about it. And I mean, it's just gonna be a conversation. We're just gonna talk, and that's what it's gonna be. So let's sit down. Let's sit down. All right, guys, I'm really excited for you guys to hear Soorej's story, because it's literally the most amazing, like, especially publishing, like, success story that I've ever heard, and honestly blew my mind. So I just want to get straight into it. Where do we start? We do need to say one thing real quick. We sadly cannot claim any credit to Soorej. He's not our student. We didn't teach him a damn thing. We had nothing to do with us. So if anything, it would be a Mecca, but it's like 99% you. Mecca, if you're watching, you know that's how it is.
I give him a lot more credit.
Okay. 97.
No, Mecca have 3%. More than that, okay. I will give him like 60, 50 or whatever.
Okay. But yeah, Soorej is a fucking boss-ass, G-ass motherfucker. Here's my first question, or what I want to start with. Before you ever get into online business or publishing, what's your life like in India?
Yeah, so I was like everyone in India does, they just look after a job. So just if you're in a job, you're safe. So my job was to try and be an accountant there. So a charter accountant, it's called over there. So the exams you need to clear for that, like terrible. It's like 2% of the people who write clear, and it's a countrywide exam. So I had failed at like 2 or 3 times. I written the thing and failed. It was like miserable. I knew that wasn't for me. I knew I wasn't going to clear that. I kept going because I didn't have a choice. So
that's how it is. Such for a lot of people. You just know it isn't for you. Shit. But a lot of people, they know it, but they don't do anything about it. So you obviously don't have a job now, because you're making so much money, not just from your publishing business. But when you did, how much money were you making working, full time?
Yeah, I was working full time. It was about full time. I was working like 12 hours a day too. Like there
12 hours a day?
Yeah, there are more than that too. There are times when I like came at like 8 or 9 in the morning and leave at 2 on the night. And
what the Christ?
I mean that happens because it's like you have a responsibility of the whole company. You have to make sure the accounts are right. It happens. Right. So, but that happened in February. So in February of 2017, and I started publishing in 2016 of June. So that, I mean, I used to make like $150 a month then.
$150 a month from a full-time job.
From a full-time job.
That's normal there in India, right?
No, you could expect $300, but because this was more of a training job, it was $150.
Right. So I want to say real quick, so $150 a month. Earlier today we were celebrating because you just made $500 in one fucking day. That's absolutely insane. From $150 a month. Like that's the standard. maybe not, but maybe up to $300 a month is like the standard wage for people we come from. I mean, that's more money than we made today. It's fucking $500.
So it's my first $500 a day. I think it's because of both of you.
Yes, you're there.
All credit to you. Mecca.
Nice. Fuck Mecca. We're taking credit here. And the lights just went out. Fuck it. All right, so is it Dennis fucking with us? Denny. Knock it off. All right, let's keep going. Dennis is the lights guy. Yeah, he's the lights guy. We have a guy, the only thing he does is turn on and off lights. That's a fucking lie. Oh, he does more than that? Yeah, he does like security. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, so where you come from, no one has this mindset, or they don't even know that online business exists, right?
Right?
Yeah. And you said you can barely like relate to any of your friends or family now because they're stuck in the.
Yeah, it's a huge gap. It's a huge gap. I mean, it's very different after. It's been a big eye opener after I met you. It's like, right? The difference is huge. It's massive. It's huge, massive.
So, how in the world did you like get into online business publishing? Like what? I don't know. The way it was for me, I literally went online and started trying to make money online because, like, fuck, I hated my job. How was it for you? I want to say, like, even just in America, like, 1% of people ever get to the stage of looking stuff up online and getting into this stuff. I can't even imagine how it is in India.
Again, I came across Stefan's
channel. So how did you come across this shit?
Oh, that's a good question. So,
were you out looking for it, or did it just come randomly?
No. So what happened is, like, the exams I was preparing for, it was super hard. I used to study for like 8-12 hours a day. It's horrible. It's bad. Study. You have to like law section 56 section this.
Yeah, I imagine accounting.
Yeah, it's bad. So I couldn't get over that. So I was looking for some motivation videos, and I came across Project Life Mastery.
Oh, okay.
So I subscribed to that. And that was like, okay, then Kindle publishing, then this online, everything. Nice. So
can you remember how many subscribers you had at the time when you first subscribed to him? Because we started the exact same way through Stephen James.
He was under 100,000 for sure.
I
think 50-60,000.
Yeah, same for us.
Now
it's like 700 or something.
All of us start there, including Emeka.
Yeah, so like he's changed a lot of people's lives.
Yeah,
so starting from there.
Yeah.
So shout out to Stephen James. No, I'm kidding. So when did you order your very first book, and what was that like?
So I wrote my first book.
Yeah, right. You wrote
your so my first book.
Because you're making $150 a month.
No, I wasn't making anything when I.
You weren't even making anything. We talked about this. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, like you had like zero money.
Zero money. Like I was a college student, and in India we don't work, so we are dependent on our family, and so.
Just so people understand. Zero literal money.
Zero,
literally
like zero.
None. Like he didn't have $5 to get a cover made.
Yeah, I had to borrow the $5 from my dad. I paid it back though.
Yeah, okay, nice. So did you make that in about 3 seconds now?
Yeah. I do. So in June 2016, I bought like Stefan's course and the cover. I got the cover done. So that was total $70 I borrowed from my dad. So I bought the courses.
It's amazing that he was able to, or that he wanted to do that for you.
He wasn't very confident about it. Okay, let him. Okay.
But he wanted to just give you the chance.
Yeah, he wanted to give me a chance.
That's good. Yeah. Shout out to Soorej's dad. Started all this. Yeah. Honestly. Well, so you wrote your first book, and how did that go?
It was a time management book. Yeah. So and I wrote. English is not my first language.
Yeah. Can we show them the cover of the book?
Yeah, sure.
There it is. Cover the book.
That was the first book, by the way.
Wait, the thing is, like, you snapped, I snapped, and then it went off, and I had to snap it back in. Whatever. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah. But I think it's a cool cover.
Okay. I mean, that was the second cover. There's two covers. I mean, the first version was a $5 cover. The second version was
like $200. Alright, so this was a $5 cover. This was a $200 cover.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's the difference in price. Oh, these freaking lights. Just keep rolling. Yeah, so that first book, you wrote it yourself.
Yeah.
English is not your first language, so there were a lot of mistakes in it.
A lot of mistakes, and the book didn't go well. Yeah. So
you ended up publishing it and everything.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It was a book. I mean, the most of the income I got from it was just friends buying and supporting me. So it wasn't much. Yeah. So I went through the course again, like what did I do wrong, and he concentrated on things like you need good content, you need to get great cover and stuff like that. So I didn't have money then too. I wasn't working, so I just started writing once again. So again, it's a 60-page book. I started in November and finished in May
2016. So I think there's a very valuable mindset lesson to take from that. So you published this book, and then you kind of spent so much time on it, and it completely flopped.
It flopped.
Yeah, so that's one thing. But it's also like you took the mindset of taking responsibility for its failure. So instead of blaming, publishing doesn't work, which honestly 99% of people would do. Like, oh shit, it flopped. This shit doesn't work. It's a scam. Moving on. Fail at this, fail at that. Everyone. Then this person is gonna fail at everything because they quit instantly. But then you took responsibility. Be like, it's because my cover wasn't good enough. It's because my content wasn't good enough. And you went into it again, like trying to improve it. Right. So you started writing your second book in November 2016,
and I finished in May or June of 2017,
which is like 7 months later, 8 months later.
No, that was a full book. I put my heart and soul into it. I mean, I was writing night and day and night. I was writing all the time. Like I was learning.
And that's still your best-selling book right now, right? Or is this a different one?
No, that one.
Okay.
That was again a time management.
I got it mixed up. Eventually, there comes one that worked out. It was not that one. Okay, yeah. So the reason why it took so long is because you were working full time.
Yeah, I was working full time. I was going to college. I was doing this CA course, and I got a job. Like I told, so $150 job. So I was doing all of this together. So it took time to, and English is not my first language. I had to get the tone and the style of writing and all that from scratch.
So when did you typically write? Was it like in the morning before work, or right in the night before?
Just all the time I get.
Whenever you were free?
No, I was never free. I didn't have a life. It's just work, come back, write, go back to work. It's nothing else. Saturday, Sunday, no weekends.
Very rarely got time to write your book. But when you had a little bit of time, you did.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Yeah. The work that gets put into it.
So by then I had $150. I had the job. So that job too, I failed at like at least 8 to 9 interviews to get like a $150 posting or that. That was bad. So that's horrible. So I go for an interview, they reject. I go for an interview, reject, and finally I got that $150. So with that I ordered the cover, like the cover for the time management second version of the book.
The one that you wrote yourself.
I wrote myself.
Or else you had no money. Or else you had literally no money.
No money. So in February I joined this thing. So I had some money then. So I was making $150.
Nice.
So yeah, I invested the whole 1 month salary into a cover.
Into one cover. Wow, you ordered a book cover for $150. And again, it's this one. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But you could probably get the same thing on Fiverr.
Yeah, you could get it for cheaper, but and it had a 4-month waiting period to get the cover.
4 months. Look, he invested his entire monthly salary into this one book cover.
Yeah.
Fucking, there was no way Soorej was failing.
Yeah.
Because of how hard he went. And once again, this book didn't do shit, right?
It went bad.
So what about your third book? Wait, so your first 2 books were both time management
books?
It
was the same book I re-released it and just made it better and things like that.
Nice.
So that flopped too. Then I found like the minute I was researching how to publish on CreateSpace, then Project Life, that course does not teach you that. So I come across Emeka's videos and thing on formatting and things like that, and I saw his video on like do not publish in self-help if you're a beginner. Yeah, I agree you can if you're a little more advanced, but as a beginner,
that's stupid advice. Like, you can make money in self-help.
Yeah, but not as a beginner. I wrote the book as a stupid cover and everything else. It's no way selling. I'm competing with Brian Tracy and
I still think there are certain keywords you can compete in. So just I just don't want to discourage anyone who's going to self-help for the first time. You can still be successful in it. So I understand what you're saying. So what happened with your third book?
So by the time I was in third book, I had bought the course.
Okay, Emeka's course?
Emeka's course.
Okay, and that was from the money you had made from February, March, April, May.
Exactly.
So I want to say the fact that you two such epic failures like that, putting so much money, so much time and effort just into the cover. And then after that, you were still like, no, I'm gonna make this shit work. That shit is unbelievable. Like, that's what it takes.
Okay, like, I still don't know why I did that, but I did.
Honestly, like, it wasn't even like a logical or smart move to try again.
Good move, right?
But
again, I felt I was being hidden from content and like require steps from because of the full disclosure membership thing they have. So I thought Emeka's course might be the whole thing. So I still had a feeling that I am missing out on things that I possibly could know and could change results. So that's why I bought his course. I knew there was something missing.
And what did it cost at that time?
It was $100.
$99. Oh shit! Nice. Okay, that's a steal.
That's a steal.
That's a bargain.
And I got all the updates too. So
nice. Oh shit. Speaking of, link in the description to that course that now makes a lot of money. Just saying. It's 50% comms, baby. So then book number 3, you wrote? No, you didn't write yourself.
I wrote half of it.
You wrote half of it?
Yeah, I could only afford to outsource the half of it. So
that's funny. He only had money to outsource, and it's all the money you had.
Yeah, it's
you put it into outsourcing half of this book. Like, fuck, man, still got another half, so you just, fuck, I'm gonna write it myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it myself.
Back down to 0 monies.
Zero again,
Zero monies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you cool with sharing what the book is?
Yeah, it was an RV living.
RV living.
RV living. I think you can make money on the book niche, but it was bad.
Wait, so your third book failed as well?
Yeah, third book failed as
well. Oh shit, I thought the third one was the one that worked. Yeah. Even the third one failed, and you still tried again.
So I had people in the group, so there are people like getting results. So I'm not getting results. Again, it's just me, I'm doing something wrong, it's obvious.
Exactly. That's the mindset to have. That's so huge. personal responsibility.
Yeah, that was huge. So I did reach out to people like who were successful. Then I reached out to Jacob in the group. So I sent him a link.
Jacob Rosberg.
Yeah, big shout out. He's like huge in this course.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he took a look at my book and he told like, dude, you fucked up. What are you doing? Like, it's all wrong. Why aren't you following the course properly? Like, shit, I'm sorry, I'll do it.
So, okay.
Yeah,
Jacob,
okay. I mean, Jacob goes pretty hard too.
He's like, this sucks. You cover shit. The whole thing is shit. And I'll get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, I started working on the next book. So that book, I actually thought I placed an order for the whole thing. That was first book I placed order.
Fourth book.
Yeah, that's my fourth.
The whole
book.
thing was written by someone else.
Yeah, I placed a writing company they will use. So yeah, that was a $300 order. That was 2 months of salary.
2 months of salary.
Wow.
2 months of salary.
2 months of salary.
Wow. You know?
So.
Like if you were to extrapolate that to America, say you make $2,000 a month, that's equivalent of spending $4,000 to get one. Like you're risking all the money you have into this book. You were literally all in at all times on this.
Yeah,
it's still mind-boggling to me.
It's because I knew I was making mistakes. I mean, there was always a next step. So correct this. Now next time, I'm not going to do that. Next book is surely going to hit it. But like
with every book, your thing was like, well, no wonder it sucked. No wonder it didn't sell.
Exactly.
So let me try again, fixing all the things
fix that problem and it's going to sell. Fix this and it's going to sell. And
So was this the RV Living book?
No, that was
half written by him. I'm sorry for being stupid.
Yeah, the fourth book was on business plan or something like that.
Oh wait. It's not even, so that one failed as well?
Yeah, that failed as well.
So the first 4 books failed?
4 books failed.
Oh,
and
shit.
that was a total loss of $2,000 when I was making like $150 a month.
Wait, how many dollars?
$2,000 of loss.
Why 2,000?
So, it's all the books combined.
All of it
the
combined,
whole thing combined, yeah, $2,000.
And it takes you over a year to make that much money.
Yeah. So, that's like the whole salary plus little incentives I got here, the whole thing invested, like not $1 I took out.
Wow.
Like the whole thing invested.
So you never spent money on anything outside? Nothing at all.
So I mean, I never went out. What do I spend? I was working. So
I mean, please tell me the next one works. Come on, book number 5 has to be a little successful.
Yeah.
Okay, book number 5 is when you kind of figured it out.
Yeah,
finally figured it out.
Yeah, that was in November. Like. Again, so that book too, I reached out to people, not Jacob this time. So I reached out to Heelan on the group, and so he told me that was just one mistake in that, so the keywords result or something like that. So I corrected that, and the next book, in hopes that it went good, and like, yeah, I hired a cheap writer. I couldn't afford a company, so I went to the writer who cost like $200 to make a whole book.
Nice, good price. So this is book number 5.
Yeah, that's I guess 4 or 5 or something.
And are you cool with sharing this one?
No.
Okay,
that's my brand.
All right, I'm just curious because you were so open about it with everyone here.
No, not this one.
Okay, got it. Just making sure.
Okay, so $200 book, and that book from November, it's made me like in a year, it's made me more than $6,000, $7,000 in return. Yeah, just one book.
Right. Where you come from is like $1 million fucking dollars.
That's a huge amount. That's
fucking insane.
That's insane. That's like what top executives of the companies, like multinational companies, get paid a month.
Wow.
That's huge. That's huge. It's like I couldn't even understand. Like
you had so much money, you had no idea what to do with it, right?
The question I did have a call with Emeka saying, what do I do with all this money?
So that was the purpose of the call. Emeka, help me. I have too much money. I don't know what to do. This is freaking me out.
Yeah, it's freaking. I did freak out a few months. Like I mean, it was a minus 2,000. Then next month, in 2 months, it's like 1,000. You're done. It's profit now. It's in the green.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It was amazing.
Right. So this 5th book. Yeah. Is that the one that's currently your best-selling one?
I got another book that.
Okay. Because your best-selling book this month has done like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it like 4 grand in 1 month from one book?
One book.
Yeah. So we haven't even talked about how much your publishing business makes right now. So this month it's gonna do over $10,000 from like 6 books.
Yeah.
5 books.
5.5, 6
and it's fucking insane. Yeah. And we can't talk about what his publishing business looks like.
Yeah.
But it's we know all about it now. It's fucking epic. So he built a brand. Like he built. Why I introduced Soorej as potentially the greatest Kindle publisher of all time is because he built a publishing business the way you're supposed to. Yeah. Like in terms of one pen name, one niche, build a brand, build an audience. He has a website, he has an email list. Yeah. All of this crazy shit. His plans to add a dropshipping store integrated in, basically.
Store to
because you already have a lot of traffic on your books. It goes beyond a publishing business. Soon it will. And what I love is that right now you're at $10,000 a month-ish. I can tell it's still like in the infant stages.
Yeah,
what you can do. You're just scratching the surface.
I have 4 books out, 4 to 5 and a half, 6 books out.
And like you just released a bundle the other day.
Yeah, I just released my first bundle now. Yeah.
Like I could totally see 20, 30K plus in 2019 for sure, easily.
Yeah,
definitely. I just don't want to throw out insane numbers, but
yeah,
like even more than that. I just can't say enough about how mind-boggling it is. Yeah. So book number 5 was like the first success. Right? And you did not write that yourself.
I got it written for $200 and the guy got scammed though. I did pay him back, you know. I called him back after a month and like, this book does well. Yeah, I gave him another $100.
Oh really? Wait, hold on. You didn't pay him the full amount at first or what?
No, it was only $200 and he wrote a huge book for $200.
Oh, you just felt bad that
yeah, I felt bad. I mean, he was new to the platform. He was a freelancer. Yeah. So he didn't know the rates too. He worked a month for the book and I paid him $200.
And you just felt like, damn, I ripped him off. And now I'm making so much money off of all the work he did. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Now what's up? This is successful book number 1. Successful book number 2. Did you write that yourself?
You mean the first books?
Yeah,
my new niche.
Your new niche. You're now successful. You started building off of that niche.
So that's a niche I'm passionate about and I know a lot about. So I started writing a few of my books because I wanted to, not because I can't afford to anymore. Because like a lot of my ideas I knew would go well. So one of the books I wrote is the book that's making like $4,000 a month. So yeah, I did write a few, and now what I do is like I am training a writer. So he writes the whole thing for me. I am training him. Like it takes time to get those books out. Yeah.
Fucking awesome. So with these books, and it was like you had the money to outsource it, but you needed to make sure.
Yeah, I need to make sure.
You knew how to write it.
Yeah, I knew how to write it.
So you're like, fuck this, I'm taking it in my own hands.
You know, the 7 months of training that I went through for the first book, that paid off like real well here because I had a tone, I had developed a tone, I had developed like a writing skill, like a little of grammar, not perfect grammar, but I learned all that over 7 months, so that didn't go to waste. So that's what still like I'm surviving based on that because like people like the tone I use in the books, so people can relate to me. So that's one of my strong points in the book. So the 7 months didn't go to a waste. It was it is one of my biggest assets. Yeah.
So right now we're in November 2018. When did you make your first $1,000?
In January.
In 1 month, January 2018. Right. And since then, it's literally increased every single month. And then this month, you're gonna hit 10,000. You're just gonna go above 10,000.
Yeah.
And but right, the end of the month, you did 500, over 500 today.
Yeah, I did 500 today.
And I looked at the graph of your earnings, and we're just looking like this the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, December's gonna be insane for you.
December, I should get down on that.
Yeah. So from when you started, like the successful brand that you now have, how many like months did it take to release a new book? Because you only have like 5 or 6.
Yeah. So
like every 2 months or something, or maybe
every 2 or 3 months, because those books require a lot of effort and a lot of cost. So it's not that easy to just get a writing company to. A writing company can't do it. Yeah. So it's very technical. I need to find the right people, right person, and everything. So it takes time to release those books. So and like I told, I was more concentrated on the brand perspective of things. So building the website took time, building the email list took time, and like I have like every book a person buys, they get 2 free books. So that took time and things like that. And each book has a different lead magnet, things like that. So that takes time. So I can't just pump out books 2-3 a month. So that's why it takes time, and it's worth the investment. It's slow, but the return is close to
because you have like the most stable publishing business I've ever seen. You've never done a fucking review swap.
I don't
like done nothing against the rules, no trademark brand shit. Yeah, like you're on some next level shit. Yeah, some next level shit. Seriously. Should we wrap it up? I just want to say, like, anyone who now listens to his story, I want this to be something that people can look at. Can we put it in perspective, like the amount of money he's making now compared to what life is like over there?
Yeah, exactly. So I can just tell you, like last November I was making $150 a month.
1 year ago,
$150
a month. And he made over $500 today. Today.
That's insane. And I was like last year this time I was depressed. I was a failure. Everything I tried, I mean, so many failures. Even in my job, it's like failure. It's like I was depressed. I was the worst time in my life. And like 1 year, I'm sitting with both of you.
Out here in Bali. This is your first time ever outside of the country.
First time outside.
Soorej told me this yesterday. He said, "Oh yeah, when I'm talking to you right now is the first time I've ever spoken to a foreigner in person ever.
Yeah,
ever. You've never spoken to a white person before. Only Indians.
Only Indians.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like I cannot. Like I'm trying to understand like where you come from.
Yeah.
Right. What it's like back in India for you. So you live like the real Indian life.
Right.
Whatever that means, you know. Like,
yeah, it's not that bad too.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
No, that's not what we're saying. But yeah, it's so different from the life we live.
Exactly.
Like, what's this like for you?
This is like, oh god. No words, you know.
I mean, I'm not even used to this yet.
Yeah.
This
so
villa.
think of my condition. It's impossible. I never seen like this. I mean, I'm sure nothing like this. People are not doing things like this in India.
Right.
Unless they're like top actors or stuff like that. Like, no one's doing this.
Right. And you built all this in 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah. Fucking insane. So, $10,000 a month. How much is that equivalent to in like India? If we do some quick mathematics. So how much is that like comparative to the Indian cost of living? It's like over 100K a month. Right?
So, yeah, I'm not sure of that. So I can tell you one thing. So you may be able to perspective. So if there's a multinational company or CEO of that company gets like $10,000 a month. So that if he's like 50 or 60 and he's like the old guy with the all the brains, he gets like $10,000 a month. Yeah.
Fuck. So, but it's fucking insane.
Yeah, CEO for like a multinational company gets
Yeah. And like, we're talking 10K. Yeah, you're gonna crush 10K in December. And January. And going forward.
Wow.
Fucking unbelievable. So you were saying before, the message to anyone who like just loves to make excuses, like, oh, my parents say I can't do them. Oh, no one supports me. I don't have enough money. I don't have time. I have a job. I go to school. My parents want me to go to college. All this shit about why you can't start an online business or be successful in Kindle publishing. If you're acting like that, you wouldn't last a second in Soorej's shoes. Yeah, exactly. So there you have Soorej's crazy fucking story. Like, you're like an Indian prince now. You're like fucking king of India.
That's a lot of money there. So I don't need that money. It just keeps reinvesting.
But you still have goals like we do, like that PJ life.
Yeah, the PJ life.
PJ life. That's what it's about. When we write projects together 10 years from now. 10 years. That gives us plenty of time.
Yeah, it's plenty of time.
What, you want to make it 3 years? No. Sure, I like ambitious goals. Alright, so yeah, let's wrap it up. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I don't have anything else to say. Yeah, that was all. Just thank you for doing this with us, even though you've told like this story like 5, 6, 7, 20 times to everyone. So yeah, I'm sure it's annoying, but we just really wanted to share it. And you fucking nailed it.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah. Can you do the outro thing? You just have to put your hand over the camera. Outro.